Thank you so much. First of all, good evening to all of you, and particularly to our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Shatorupa, for joining us with the Calcutta Management Association and the SAIARD group of organizations organizing or rather, we can say, the celebrating the World Environment Day. Though this today is not the official World Environment Day, but due to some official reasons we have to do that event and special through the special dialogue today, and we are very much honored and happy to hear Dr. Shatrupa with us because she is one of the renowned person where she is associated with the Ministry of Culture as a trustee member of our Kolkata National Museum that is in Kolkata. And as far as I know, that she has done her MA in Ancient Indian History and Culture from the University of Calcutta and also completed her PhD from the Benares Hindu University on the same topic. So it's really a wonderful initiative. I first thanks to the SDG Task Force team as well as the CMA officials, because I am also the life member of the CMA, as well as I am also the headed the chapter of the SDG Task Force on behalf of CMA. And as you know, that SIARD from the very beginning of its organization is associated with the several ministries, particularly as a think tank for sustainable implementation and association. And every year we have
Okay.
organized this event, and now we are very much fortunate that today, in this 2026, we are going to celebrate our World Environment Day in association with the CMA. And I'm thankful to our team members, esteemed team members of CMA, as well as the team member of SIAD, and especially the president, Anirbanda, all of you. And obviously, the today's session, the focal theme is the environment, culture, and corporate social responsibility. And as you know, that environment is a term where everything is in the world is now in an integrated world, and holistic perspective is belongs everywhere. Either it may be the sustainable development goals, or it may be the culture environment and everywhere. And related to the environment and cultural preservations, as our ministry is always mentioned, that there should be the role of all of us, and especially obviously the role of corporate sectors, those who are connected, the getting their raw materials from our environmental resources. Obviously they have some responsibilities, and for that, Ministry of Corporate Affairs have started that initiative, that is the corporate social responsibility, even the ESG as well. And in that perspective, it is quite relevant to how these organizations could be associated and support in case of the environmental prevention of the environmental degradation, to protect, recycle, remodeling the consumption, as well as it's quite relevant in case of the cultural sector too, because nothing is separated or disparate, everything is interrelated. And even the culture too, because if we consider some plantation movement, if we consider for the heritage conservation, everything is related with such initiative, and somehow it's related with the environmental initiatives too. And even for that particular reason, obviously fund is required, and in that cases the corporates, the government spending their money, but it's not at all possible for the government to spend all the times the support in case such kind of initiatives, where the organizations, those who are acting a major role in case of as a role in the form of corporates or industries, so they have also they have taken some initiative through their CSR initiative. Now with this perspective, I thought that today's theme, the environment, culture, and corporate social responsibility, is quite relevant, particularly to address the issue of the World Environment Day. And though our Honorable Prime Minister has taken several initiatives in case of the consideration of the environment, the preservation of the Indian culture, as well as the particular the to protect our mother nature, and to highlight the heritage of our Indian scenario, Bharat or Indian community. So that is also being relevant, because somehow we are connected each other. We are not separated, and for that, I think today's session is going to be huge point of interactions, where we may find out some ways through the presentation of Dr. Shatrupa, because she is an expert on that field and she is doing a lot on that area, and even her PhD is also in that direction. And we are very much fortunate, Shaturupadi, again for joining us, and obviously my team, even SAIARD, as well as because I am also the extended family member of CMA too. So that's why whenever I proposed and we have decided that yeah, we will go ahead with this initiative. So hopefully, on behalf of our SDG task force of CMA, this is our first initiation, and we are again congratulate to all of us on behalf of the team. So thank you again. Thank you, Indranilda, and thank you, Shatarupadi and Onilvanda, and all my CMA team members, I have team members too. Thank you. Over to you.
Uh, Thank you, BRC. I think I am now audible.
Very
And
much.
welcome, Dr. Shatorupa. It is our proud privilege that you made it possible this Saturday evening. Actually, environment always very close to all of our heart, but often not properly taken care of. Uh, so for Calcutta Management Association, which is celebrating platinum jubilee of its existence this year, took the privilege to have a new setup to focus in this particular area. Many of our esteemed members always harp for something to be done on SDG or ESG or CSR. They are closely related, but they have their distinct, existence. So after good round of discussions, we decided, okay, let us have a good club. They will focus on the execution part, and the task force now held by the by Dr. BSC is operating for last few weeks. And actually, this is our maiden effort. We started yesterday. We had Dr. Arun Roth from Bhubaneswar. He spoke with us with his wisdom. And today we are privileged that we have Dr. Saturupa to say something about. There's a very big topic, so might be 40 minutes of 1 hour time is absolutely insufficient. But again, I'm sure that with her wisdom, we'll have a poetic justice at the end. So I request Saturupati to start the session, and it will be great that sometime we'll be having a physical interactions in the public forum that will create more. It's just beginning of effort. Let us look forward for further. I mean, closeness, associationness, whatever. And it is your. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Calcutta Management Association and Indranil Banerjee of Calcutta Management Association, and of course, Biswaajit Chowdhury. I've recently met him, and he's doing a wonderful job with SAIARD. I really look forward to further interactions with both your association, EMA Bolshi. I would love to be on a long-term association with both of you and your the organization that you have. But I think it is of course an honor and a privilege to be addressing this kind of a seminar. But at the very outset, I want to surrender. I am a history student and I'm still a student. I really don't have much technical knowledge. But since Biswajit asked me to talk about, about the environment, I couldn't say no. So forgive me if technically somewhere I go wrong. Because I'm a history student, I want to start right from where we began, where our history began. If you look at the Vedas, if you look at all the post-Vedic texts, there are many references to attempts to save the environment, including the grand descent of Ganga. Ganga was brought in to the earth because the earth was drying up, and Bhagirath, Shiv Puran, in fact, very elaborately describes and praises Bhagirath. When Mahadev finally appeared in front of Bhagirath after his years and years of penance, that he needs to bring Ganga down to save his ancestors. But the But Mahadev very elaborately praises Bhagirath, that for generations to come, Bhagirath will be remembered not only because he brought down Ganga, but he was a pioneer to save the environment. Coming straight down, if you remember our religion, the original Hinduism, as we know it from the Vedas, was essentially aniconic monotheism. Aniconic because they were worshipping nature. Uh, Aryans, or as we know it, our early ancestors, were into worshipping nature. So when they would lie down, they would look up at the stars and look at the sky. They were under the sun. The five basic elements: air, water, earth, sun, and the rain were what we worshipped. So you have Suryadev, you have Indradev, you have Vayudev, you have Pavandev, and so forth and so on. You know, it goes on. The whole theism of our religion, I keep on saying that it is the most pragmatic and scientific religion. From the very beginning, we knew that we had to save these five elements. And today, when the Prime Minister of Bharat signs an agreement at Paris, this is actually what he harped on. If you look at the key points of the Paris Agreement, we have committed in the Paris Agreement zero. One second. We have committed net zero greenhouse gas emission by 2070. And how will this happen? The central government and now the West Bengal government also, since we have taken over in on the 9th of June, I mean 4th of June, the results came out. 9th of June, the chief minister was announced, and he was his swearing in happened. So the central government as well as the West Bengal government, we believe in aggressive clean energy adoption. Aggressive clean energy. I'll come to the details later on. We believe in wildlife conservation. This is our endeavor. And we, most importantly, believe in citizen-led behavior shifts. Unless that happens, no matter how many discussions we have on industry, on culture, on heritage, that everybody needs to do their bit, unless the individual realizes that, like Bhagirath, every one of us needs to put in our 2.5 bits to saving the environment. I will start off with our laptops. In fact, we are using all our laptops, or maybe some of us are using our mobiles. If we can make a small effort in reducing the volume, reducing the full glare, maybe put in a blue glass on our so that the energy is lessened. The energy activation which happens from the laptop glare. When we are not using it, put it on silent mode, put it on sleep mode. Lights and fans can go off, ACs can go off when we are not in the room. VRV ACs are a very good solution to that, because the VRV air conditioners respond only to human presence, or some living presence. Even if you have a dog and you keep that animal in the air condition, that's also fine. But you keep the air conditioner on for no rhyme or reason, and you leave the office without switching the lights and fans. That is the little that you can do for your environment. We have to keep on trying to reduce the carbon footprints. When we are bathing, instead of using running water for hours, when we are brushing or washing our faces, the minimum we can do is close the tap and not let the water keep running. When we are using bucket water, when we are using the shower, we can always regulate the flow. After all, I was seeing a video one day that a rich person's shower is equivalent to 8 villagers, 8 rural people, the amount of water that they require to bathe. I don't want to get this into a discussion of haves and have nots, but each of us, we need to understand the effort of of collecting water, which we now, it's become a regular feature for us. The running water is a necessity, but we need to understand that this is also precious. This is the gift of nature and gift of civilization that we have. Still, very many people do not have that luxury. As far as our pens are concerned, pens and pencils, Instead of using those 1 rupee throwaway pens, which only adds to the garbage, we can think of using fountain pens. I personally use my fountain pens. I understand fountain pens can be cumbersome. I understand fountain pens can leak. But even if the fountain pen industry, somebody is listening or somebody can convey, there are ways and methods of reducing the linkage, the leakage. Sorry. Water recycling is something that we've constantly heard of. Harvesting rainwater, the vegetables that we cut and wash in whichever water, if you have it in a bowl, we can use that to that on potted plants for the people who are living in the house. Paper can be reused, definitely. Use both sides of the paper. I am somebody who loves writing and scribbling, and I love my stationery. But still, as much as we can, there are people who will maybe just write a line and throw away the paper. We can use recycled paper. We can make sure that, certain lower quality paper can be used for other things. For even newspaper, daily newspaper comes. We save it, but I don't know how many of us use it. I systematically use newspaper for my garbage or to put under the shelf, so that as long as that paper survives, we've probably saved a tree. The government level, we have been trying to look for alternative sources of energy. In fact, I have a list of things that we've been researching on. Definitely, carbon reduction goal is one big thing, one huge aim, and any source of renewable energy. I think many of you are aware that we are now almost running out of our coal quarries, where coal is now is going to become a rare commodity pretty soon now. We have almost run out of the oil reserves. Maybe that's a very big statement, but with the war going on and the way America has been bombing oil quarries where oil reserves are there, it's an unnecessary waste. So if we can think of carpools, to save, which our central government has suggested right now, that maybe if we can we can walk a particular distance, or if the public transport can be improved by the governments, the state governments, central government, then we don't need to use everybody's car. So there are small efforts that we individually can do. Yesterday, Vishwajit was saying that the World Environment Day started yesterday, and basically today is a continuation of that. But yesterday, I was invited to plant trees and be part of the restoration of the tram heritage, the heritage of the tram in Kolkata. Now, while planting trees, I remember I told the people who were with me that it's just no credit if you plant a tree and then forget all about it the rest of the year. Yes, I understand the monsoons are coming in. In fact, yesterday, before I reached the place where I was supposed to plant trees, we had a deluge in Kolkata. There was a huge downpour. So the earth kind of softened up as if making it ready for more plantation, for afforestation. There's no forest in Kolkata. But then you plant a few trees. But I think you depute somebody. You also should go and find out how the tree is doing. I remember many years back also I had taken part in this kind of a planting tree drive. We do this every year from my party. The Prime Minister is now calling it Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. I have planted a tree, but I go and check on the tree somewhere in Howrah. I had done this in Pachla, I remember. It's not one tree, but I had planted a few trees, and I go and check on that. So if whoever is planting a tree wherever, if it is physically possible, go and check on that tree. See whether it's doing all right. Now it's grown. I mean, this is 5-6 years ago, I'm saying. So the tree has now grown very well. The one that I planted in several districts in Howrah, the ones that I planted. So this one also, I planted a joba plant yesterday. I planted another tree in Gorehat Tram Depot. I don't know what tree it was, what little plant it was, but I think it was a lebu gach. Well, that is very near my place, so I will go and check on that tree. While talking about the Goreha tram depot, you know very well, I think the last party which was running the government of West Bengal had very callously done away with the trams, where they were trying to stop the trams, and they have almost sold off much of the the land in the tram depots. My government this time, the government of West Bengal, is going to put all its effort to restore trams. So that will be a huge effort, huge contribution in saving the heritage, number one. And trams are one kind of transport which do not emit any kind of pollution. So they're going to be a very big step in saving or conserving our environment. The government of West Bengal is also going to look into various avenues of alternative transport. So we are going to connect. This is one of our major agendas in our manifesto. We are going to connect all the canals, because all the canals, whether it is the Keshtapur Canal, whether it is the Adi Ganga Canal, whether it is something in Pachla, all of it goes and connects into the Ganga. So we are going to try and make those a means of, we've just seen crossing the Ganga from Howrah to Kolkata. We have steamers crossing, we have some small cruises. We have some cruises going to Sundarban also. But this will be a regular mode of transport for office goers, for normal people who are into regular conveyance. School children can go to school in those boats. I don't know the exact modality of this, but this is part of our manifesto. We believe, the Prime Minister of Bharat believes in solar energy, which is something that he has, there is it is a definite alternative to using electricity. You reduce your electricity bill, thereby saving energy. We trap solar energy throughout the day and utilize that in the night. The electric vehicles are also another way of saving, conserving our environment. As far as our heritage is concerned, Biswaajit was saying that I am one of the trustees of the board of which runs the Indian Museum, and I have seen with pleasure, with pride, that Dr. Sohini Bhattacharya, the director of the Indian Museum, and who's also now secretary in charge of the Victoria Memorial, we have been trying under his aegis to make the whole heritage into a very interactive way of talking about our heritage, protecting our heritage, preserving our heritage. There are a lot of interactive seminars which take place. So in every seminar, I think we begin and end with whoever is giving the talk, and whichever many of us are present there, that please don't deface our sculptures and art. I mean, I understand that true love is very hard to find these days, but I can guarantee all teenagers and young people in love that true love doesn't exist by writing your name on famous sculptures. It doesn't work like that. You sit and carve or inscribe your name and your partner's name on some World Heritage statue or a tree. I don't think true love is preserved like that. So this is a direct message. You should not be defacing or scribbling on or inscribing on the sculptures and arts. I was talking about the government's initiative or citizen-led behavior shifts. Many of our ministers, starting from our Prime Minister right down to West Bengal ministers today, have been pleading with people, and we will be pleading for one more month, and then after that we will not be pleading. There'll be huge fines for creating nuisance. You cannot urinate, you cannot spit, you cannot throw things or spit panparag or whatever else you're having on our statues or on our heritage sites. In fact, this will be banned absolutely. There will be no litter allowed anywhere. I have seen in various world universities, we are yet to start this here, that in indoor galleries, we should not be allowing flash photography. This is what I basically wanted to talk about, that most of our heritage has been talking about conserving environment. It is all right, very fine that the industry and the corporate social responsibility of the industrial sector, a lot of it is supposed to be utilized in conserving the environment, which many of us do. As I was director of NALCO, I remember that a lot of our corporate social, the CSR funds have gone into creating solar panels, have gone into creating, connecting water, and giving more accessibility to water, creating pipelines so that more people can have access to running water. So this is something that all CPSUs of the government, all industrial sector corporates are doing. They are doing their little bit. Heritage or culture, I think all of us, we need to look into alternatives for single usage of plastic, or the other, which are not, or the other products which are not really environment friendly, so to say. So yes, while the responsibility does remain with the government, with the institutions, with corporates, with people like us who are at the helm of affairs of cultural and educational institutes, it also lies with every single individual. So you need to teach your child not to waste electricity, not to waste water, to use our resources carefully. For example, many of us who cook at home use the pressure cooker more, save the gas. I'm not only just saying this because we are in a Gulf crisis right now, or however way you want to put it. Resources are lacking. Resources are short. Resources are limited. So we need to put in all our efforts, be conscious. Uh, Environment is ours. This is the gift that we have got from our previous generations, who used to use glass bottles. They did not use plastic. They used copper. Many of us, I in fact, have gone back to using copper vessels, copper flasks. Reusable is not. It's not fancy. What you throw away, I think, is really not something that you need to show off about. Single use plastic, or even those plates and glasses now, instead of using thermocol, there are Startup India has got lovely, banyan leaves plates, which is environment friendly. Think of the animals who chomp up whatever we are throwing in the garbage. So do give it a thought how in fact, this entire concept of blue packets and yellow packets for reusable garbage and throwaway garbage, this is something that comes in daily life. There is one sector that I didn't talk about. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I just want to mention this, that the hospital waste, the human waste that goes in, there is a specific process. I'm sure most hospitals follow that. If they don't, now all governments have been told to, the central government does it. The West Bengal government is also now going to look into the proper way of disposing human waste also. I would like to end here, but however, if there are any questions, I don't know if the format allows any interactions or questions. This is what I had to say. If there are any further questions, if it is within my knowledge, I'm like I said, I'm not a technical person. I would love to answer the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shatorupa. It was a good interactions. I got a glimpse of the vision you are setting for West Bengal. through your government. Kolkata Association, Calcutta Management Association, which is 70 years old, has seen many of the ups and downs of the city. This is being run by the volunteers, and we have a small secretariat. To be honest, we want to be part of the good track so that we can also expand your wings, secretariat wing. We can also create job for the new professionals. That is our aspirations. I see that in the coming days, many interactions will be there. So far, the interaction is so far this particular session is concerned. Um, we nicely talked about the protecting cultural heritage and how to admix that with the modern life challenges. Very well taken, ma'am. Just I have one small question before I leave it to the audience. So far, creation a legacy of the any I mean city like big city like an old city like Kolkata has its own legacy. Now we see that whenever some space is there, we are placing some monument or some models or murti, but having not that much lasting value. Might be the lifespan of that particular idol is say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, something like that. I think personally as a citizen, I feel that maybe for if I installing a idol, then it should at least stay for 300, 400 years. That creates a real landmark. Okay, not just putting love symbol and saying I love this the word and like something like that. It doesn't work. So I think this is my personal note. No, that definitely the things will be looked into regarding CSR activity. As because we are engaged on volunteer basis, and many of our senior and veteran professional members would like to be engaged in this particular process. And definitely with the passage of time, I'll come up with the time yet to the portfolio is yet to be distributed. So once those things are finalized, take a little sip. We'll definitely come to you and the other functionaries by another month or so. And I request Dr. BSc to take it forward. Again, my personal gratitude that you've been here for particular scheduled time. It is quite challenging on a Saturday. I understand, but thank you again, ma'am. BSc, please.
Namaskar, Shatorupa. We have come across each other in many of the party meetings as such. So I'm known as the toilet man of Bengal as coined by Prime Minister Modi because of my initiative. So me and my wife has installed so far 9,500 toilets across India. And in Calcutta, we were trying a lot of things, but it did not hit out because of the Swachh Bharat logo. So that was a big no-no for almost 15 years. But now you can see 40 toilets which has been installed so far in Calcutta in the major traffic intersects. And these are going to come up. These are waiting for the inauguration because of the logo. It was not inaugurated by the last government. And we have been working on Swachh Bharat for 10, 15 years now almost. I am a mass fan of yours because I have seen your activities being, as you said, the historian legacy carries with you. So once we come across each other, you will personally understand who I am. I'm a big fan of yours as well. And I really appreciate your time on a Saturday, as told by Indranil sir, because I know how much busy you are. Keeping that, maintaining that schedule is a big task for anyone like you at this moment. And I think we should welcome you sometime physically at CMA so that specifically members from
It will be a
SDG
pleasure.
benefit that. Yeah.
It will
And
be.
we look forward for a long-term association with you in our association.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just give me a second, right? So thank you so much for this session. I guess it was nice to hear personality like ma'am, and definitely as told by Dr. Arijit, we'd like to have your presence probably at one of the CMS physical event. So looking forward to that. No questions as such, but yeah, open for more collaboration and making CSR, sustainability, and impactful event in Bengal henceforth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shatorupa, for this enriching session. I have two questions. Two important parts of Kolkata, or I would say West Bengal, have been neglected and misused and forgotten. One is the importance of the mangrove in Sundarbans, and the other is the in the city, the Kolkata, the wetlands. Do you think the new government will have any specific plans for these two areas, which actually, the survival of the city
Yes.
depends on these two?
Should I answer this or you have another question?
No, please go ahead.
Okay. In fact, BRC and I were discussing the first day or I think the second day we spoke on the phone. There is a fund released, fund announced. I don't know if it's been released as yet or not, by the Finance Minister of Bharat, Mishti. So it's Mangrove Integrated BRC, if you can tell us the full form. But like anything which has to do with the center, the ex-state government did not allow it to function. Not only mangrove and the Kolkata wetlands, which are protected by the Ramsar Convention, the entire ecological balance of North Bengal has changed with the last, the way they've eaten up the natural resources, the last party. মানে আমরা বাংলা কথায় খুব সহজ কথায় বলতাম যে ইট বালি সিমেন্ট সুরকি সব খেয়ে নিয়েছে এখন কালকে শুনলাম শৌকত নদী খেয়ে নিয়েছে I don't want to get political in this, but the point here is they have eaten up, they have stolen, robbed natural resources to the extent that the man machine ecological balance has nature machine ecological balance has got spoiled. The West Bengal ecological balance has got spoiled. Apni bolun oi Sandesh Khalite entire rice lands have been ruined by putting in salt water in the irrigation canal. So the whole ecological balance, not only Sundarban mangrove and the Kolkata wetlands, we are going to, our state president has spoken about this several times. Chief Minister himself believes in this. There are a lot of funds coming in to restore the ecological balance of West Bengal. Definitely mangroves. Shedini BRC and I were discussing on how to save the Sundarban. One is very fine having lots of resorts and plenty of cruises. But actually, Sundarban, in fact, I think has shut down for the next 3 months. That is just a remedial step from West Bengal government to let Sundarban be for some time. Till again, after the monsoons, আমরা সেটা নিয়ে মানে ততদিন তো একটু মানে ভাবনা চিন্তা করে কংক্রিট প্রপোজাল লাগবে to get the balance back. So এগুলো, yes, it is definitely part of our manifesto, definitely part of the CM's agenda. আপনারা এক্ষুনি শোনেননি, but সুন্দরবনের আলাদা মিনিস্ট্রি হয়ে যাচ্ছে, মানে not only North Bengal, I don't think it has been announced yet, but সুন্দরবনের জন্য আলাদা মিনিস্ট্রি, সুন্দরবন ওয়েটল্যান্ডস ডেল্টা, এটার জন্য পুরো আলাদা একটা মিনিস্ট্রি হচ্ছে.
Thank you for enlightening us.
And yes, for your Kolkata wetlands,
yeah,
এটা নিয়ে মানে not only the Dhakuria lakes, entire মানে so called new town, যেটা তো পুরো ইস্টার্ন মেট্রোপলিটন বাইপাসটা ভর্তি কি সুন্দর সুন্দর ওয়াটারল্যান্ডস ছিল, সেইগুলো এখন you have seen that all illegal constructions are being taken down. Whether it will be possible to restore the entire water balance there or not is a matter of research. I'm sure organizations like SAIARD and other organizations who've been doing a lot of thinking can suggest the way forward. But the point here is that the BJP-led West Bengal government is thinking about these things. এগুলো কেউ এতদিন ভাবেনি। এরপরে we've just come, and it's today's, I think, 2 days short of 1 month. So we are thinking, we want to do it. It is part of our manifesto, and we will do it, provided we are shown the right path.
Thank you. We look forward.
Thank you so much. I was hearing, sorry for 5-6 minutes of disturbance. Really amazing to see the vision and, of course, the description. It has been defined in our scripture, in Kali Yuga, Narmada will actually get all the flourishment and Ganga will lose. That's how the entire heritage actually goes on. Now, if I look at the entire environment and the climate to be restored, what I understand, at least from building smart cities, small plants practically can't create the entire ecosystem back. The kind of heat that has been emitting. So, can probably think of. Number one is one of the richest one, which we call as neem tree. Neem can heal anything and everything, and it usually creates an ecosystem by itself. And definitely along with that, it grows hand in hand. Moringa, আমাদের বাংলায় সজনে ডাটা, সজনে ফুল, that goes on. Arjun is another tree which usually stable, usually don't die. And another one nearby, which we can probably go with. I was helping few bit of people yesterday, giving them snake plants and spider plants, which usually goes with the big tree. And under the big tree, if you go for that, it creates an entire ecosystem. It brings birds back. It brings a lot of small animals back over there. Really honored and really, really happy listening to you. And again, once again, sorry for few minutes of disturbance. So we create smart cities, already built 3, 2 in Busan, 1 in near Ras Al Khaimah. I'm just talking from my small experience what is happening. And in fact, the car that we are watching at the moment, if we look at the petroleum and if we look at the entire EV evolution, lithium-ion battery will not actually solve the issue. It practically creates a conflict between the ions, and if you go for more than 40+degree, it fails. The car might get a fire. Easiest solution is something else. And as per my small knowledge goes, few bit of organization, like for an example, SpaceX and few bit of others, they are coming up with solar powered car. In fact, there is a solar power entire ship which has been proposed. So we are probably looking for a better future very soon. It might take some time to conceive all this. And with our Bharat mission, what I can see from the perspective of electronics and telecommunication, a lot of things are now being changed. So honored to be here. Really, really thankful. Thank you.
I would thank Shatorupa ma'am for your valuable insights and the clarity with which you spoke about environment, culture, and CSR. And what I really found interesting is about the historical perspective, which are really rarely being touched. And when you spoke about fountain pen, I felt really nostalgic because I really felt nostalgic because we did our schooling using fountain pens, college with fountain pens, and post graduation with fountain pens, and we would love to get it back. And it will be a great. Yeah,
I do use, okay.
yeah,
আমি
yeah,
কিন্তু
yeah.
fountain pen use করি।
আমিও সবসময় সবকিছুতে পাবো।
Yes, sorry for interruption. Thank you.
It's wonderful. It has been really wonderful listening to you. And also, we can recall the trams running through the track just next to the Calcutta race course. And it's really encouraging to hear that it will be once again back on the track. And we would love it, really. So I would like to thank you for your nice words. And if you can just say a few words about how we can proceed with our own individual initiatives to take it forward.
For the tram?
No, not for the trams. Overall initiatives that you can suggest that from individual level. Although you have spoken about that, you can.
Yeah, I did speak about all that. I did speak about individually little efforts that we can make. Single usage pen, যেটা আপনি বললেন already pen, আমি আর repeat করতে চাই না।
Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Shatorupa, who is the trustee of Hon'ble Trustee of the Indian Museum, and a fantastic deliberation on environment, social responsibility, which was given by you. A real pleasure to be part of this entire initiative. Dr. Roy Chowdhury, Chairman of SAIARD. Really appreciate your gesture and participation as usual. Respected Shri Indranil Banerjee, President, Honorable President of the Calcutta Management Association, senior friends and senior colleagues from CMA Executive Committee like Dr. Arijit, very senior people on, experts on the subject such as Dr. Supriya Biswas, our dear friend Arijit Bhattacharyya, and so many other people who have been part of this. Sohini ma'am, part of the executive committee again, and of course all our lovely, fantastic participants and members who have taken out the time to attend this. It was, as a matter of fact, a heartfelt. It was really, really heartwarming to listen to the new initiatives, the ideas, as well as the plan and the connectivity, most important, with respect to environment that was established during the entire conversation of Dr. Shatorupa. And very happy to say and very happy to believe today and feel that it is not in words that we'll be celebrating the Environment Day, but actually we'll be celebrating in spirit and in deed. Just like a nation is made up of not only its economy or its culture, it is also made up of its people, along with the culture. At the same time, the kind of emotional quotient, the kind of responsibility quotient which is there for its citizens. A state, our great state of West Bengal, indeed, is made up of that. And the result, the Bharat that we see today, a large part of it is, of course, the result of the entire initiatives and entire hard work that has been put in by people of Bengal, our lovely state. And we look forward to regain the past glory and regain the past place of Bengal in its true sense, with visionaries such as Dr. Shatorupa being part of the new regime and the new government, and with the participation and with the I would say inspiration of think tank people like Dr. B. Roy Chowdhury, the Honorable President of CMA, Shri Indranil Banerjee, and our esteemed members. I am sure we'll be able to regain that glory once again very, very soon. With this, thank you so much. A heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have attended this session. Thank you.